Hey friends, the purpose of this video is to give very effective booking tips to new teachers and those who are struggling with bookings. There are a lot of videos and a lot of tips out there, and I have my own. However, I decided to go straight to the source for this video. So what I did is I sent 4 questions to about a dozen Chinese parents and also 4 or 5 lead teachers. They're called learning partners now. Let's jump right into it. I asked these questions on WeChat, and I am just going to read what they told me. So first of all, I'll just read you what I asked. I first got their permission to ask them these questions. I asked 4 questions. I said, could you tell me what you think will help teachers get parents to notice them and book their class? What will help you stand out? I said, what's important to put in your profile? Do you like professional pictures or casual pictures better? There's a lot of debate about whether you should have like a nice professional headshot or a more casual picture. And then the 4th question was, when you're looking for a new teacher, what do you look at most on the profiles? Do you watch the video? Do you read the bio? Or do you look through the pictures? Okay, so some of those questions overlap a little bit, but nevertheless, I got a lot of good feedback. Because there are so many students, there's not a one-size-fits-all teacher. There are going to be outgoing teachers and reserve teachers, and parents are going to look for you based on your characteristics. So, with that in mind, this parent has a 5-year-old boy who I teach who is rambunctious and has a hard time focusing. She said the most important thing that she looks for is feedback from other parents that say that this teacher is patient, responsible, and kind, which makes sense when I think about her son. She also looks that they correct pronunciation, and she watches the video, but she said feedback from other parents is very important. And let me say right off the bat, surprisingly, I never thought about feedback affecting bookings. Almost every single parent and learning partner said that. They said that parents are hesitant to book a brand new teacher because they could be taking a financial risk on somebody who might not be that great. But if a teacher has a lot of feedback from other parents that they can read, then they feel more confident. That makes sense, right? Don't we read reviews for everything we buy now? Amazon reviews? Hello. I read reviews on anyone, anything I use a service for or buy a product for. So, that's what she said. Next is another parent of an older girl. Well, she's 9. She's an advanced student and she's very great. She likes to talk. She again gave tags from feedback. She said, lively body language and professional attitude attracts my attention. Summarize your experience and achievements in your career. This is another thing that came up a lot. They want to see that you have teaching experience. I know a lot of us don't have formal classroom teaching experience. My background is in exercise science. However, I taught private piano lessons and I teach music in my kids' preschool. So, highlight your teaching experience working with kids. Say, I've taught kids for 5 years. That could be in a church setting. It's not wrong. They're looking for people who have experience with kids. So saying that I taught for 5 years is not wrong. I've taught for many more years than that, and I'm a good VIPKID teacher. So that's something you want to get across. That's important to them. She said that she reads the bios first and then she'll watch the video, and that she likes casual pictures. Let's keep going. A boy, a 9-year-old boy, also a little bit rambunctious, but he's pretty smart. He said, and this is a point I'm going to touch on later when I talk about the learning partners, which are the lead teachers, and let me explain their role a little bit as far as I understand it. When a student signs up for VIPKID, they are assigned a lead teacher. This is the largest department at VIPKID. Each lead teacher or learning partner in China is responsible for hundreds of students. They help them make sure they're at the proper place, make sure they're happy. They can communicate needs back and forth between teachers. If you submit a ticket, you can let the lead teacher know something they need to talk to the parent. But they recommend teachers to the parents. They are looking at your profiles and they are telling the parents that you should book with a certain teacher. This parent said that he thinks the head teacher's recommendation is easier to be accepted. And I've heard that over and over also. And then he said the teacher's teaching experience is important in their profile. Again, he prefers casual pictures to see your personality and prefers to watch a video to learn more about the teacher. Okay, let's keep going. One of my favorite students, her mom said she likes good photos and high scores. She means parent feedback. She wants to see a lot of 5 apples. Good reviews, guys. Teaching experience and life hobbies. But she said videos are the most important. She wants to... VIPKID on your profile, and I will show you a picture because a parent sent me what mine looks like. VIPKID will cut clips from classes you've already taught and put them on your profile. You don't get to choose them, but parents who are looking at your profile can see clips of you actually teaching, and they love to look at those. All right, so here's a screenshot of what a profile looks like from the parent's perspective. There's my name, where I'm from, my age. Not sure what the 8 is. I have a 5 apple rating, and then those 2 orange video clips are class clips. Next to that is a lifestyle picture, and I'm sure if you scrolled, you could see more. Down below where you see that blue highlight, that's where the parent feedback starts. So this is what your profile looks like on the Chinese Parents app. Okay, let's move on. Another student I met in person. I met this mother in person. She's the one who sent me the screenshot. She said the picture, of course, is the most important part to get attention. And then she'll click to get more details. She said when she clicks on the teacher's introduction page, she'll look at the video first and then see if she has a teaching background. Hey, then she's going to read parent feedback. And then she said, don't forget, every parent has a VIPKID customer service person who helps her arrange classes. That's why I reached out to some of those learning partners. I didn't realize that was as significant as it was. So they're looking at your profiles to make recommendations. So I'll tell you what they said. So then another dad said, be friendly, nice, encourage the student. He likes casual pictures, but he looks at videos the most. He wants the teacher in the video to be kind, use correct pronunciation, and always be smiling. So you want to appear friendly, like you're going to work well with a kid, right? Okay, another mother. This is translated from Chinese. She sent me this in Chinese and I had to translate it. She said she usually looks at other parents' evaluations and overall ratings after class. She prefers, this is important, she prefers the pictures of leisure to reflect the life state of the teacher. She believes that a good state of life will lead to a good mood and patience. Wow, that makes a lot of sense too. I guess if I was thinking about choosing a teacher for my kid and I could see like a video of them in life, interacting with their kids, doing something, that would matter. More on that from another parent. Let's keep going. Here's one from a 4-year-old girl I teach who is so smart, but she needs her mom there to focus. She said, you know when you look through all the teacher's information, a good photo will catch your attention, and then you will click in to see more details. So I think a good portrait is very important. For the profile, some experience in teaching children will be helpful. That's coming up over and over again. The experience is not necessary in teaching English, but to show the teacher's patience will be much better, since most students are young. If the teacher has kids, that will be a plus in my opinion. Don't sweat if you don't have your own kids, but pictures with kids in your video, that's going to show you know how to work with kids. She likes casual pictures better because it will make the teacher seem more friendly, but it's better not to be too casual. Clean, neat, with a sunny smile will be a good start to know each other. So, I don't recommend a car selfie. I have all of my referrals send me what they're going to put on their profile and I give them advice. And sometimes they send me selfies that are obviously selfies. I had a selfie up, but you couldn't tell. I used a self-timer, so I don't know if that counts as a selfie. Anyways, but it was still just a professional headshot. So it can be casual, it can be you out doing something, but if you have a car selfie next to someone who has a nice high quality picture, who are they going to pick? What's going to catch their attention, right? Then she said she'll look through pictures, read the bios. If she's interested, then she'll watch the video. So the first LP only sent me voice recordings. So I'm not going to play those because I haven't gotten his permission and it's his voice. However, this LP said that parent feedback is the most important aspect of your profile that they look at. He went on to say, and I don't know what these numbers correspond to, if it's any actual bump on the app. He said if you can get 10 5-apple reviews, this will help your bookings. He said if you get 100 5-apple reviews, this will really help your bookings because parents will really trust you. If you get 1,000, you'll be a VIPKID superstar, he said. But this all makes sense. It's reviews, right? If you want to buy a camera and something has, 10 5-apple reviews, and the next one for the same price has 500 5-star reviews, which one are you going to buy? Right? The one that's highly rated. Here's from another LP. He said, many parents like active teachers who can attract children's attention. Here's something that's new. He said, it's recommended that there are attractive education experiences, such as teacher certification, ESL, language pathology, etc. When looking for a new teacher, focus on age and experience. Play up how much experience you have. Another LP said, every time I book a class with a new teacher, I value my teacher's video most. They show whether they are positive, enthusiastic, patient, and able to guide their children. So if you can come off as patient in your video, that would be great. Another LP said, head teacher is mainly based on the evaluation of the parents to the teacher and the number of apples, and by watching the playback selection of teachers, so those class clips or your video. So again, this LP, she's saying that teachers get booked mostly by the LPs. For her, it's first based off other parent feedback and then the video. So then one of my very favorite parents of all time, who I met in China and I stay in close contact with, actually typed up a whole PDF and she even sent me an example of a teacher's video. I don't know who this teacher is, so I'm not going to show it. The only thing she said is she wished the teacher in that video would speak slower. So keep in mind that most of these parents actually don't speak English or don't speak English very well, so speak slowly. So let me open this PDF. So she created this PDF called How to Make Your Profile Attractive. So she gave 3 criteria. The first one is a great choice or a great thing to do. The second thing are things that she would consider but aren't as great. And the third thing are things that she'll probably pass. So the first thing she said, education background is important. She said a great choice of a teacher is one who has had an education major in college or university, and the TESOL, the certification, is a good point. I don't know if I pronounced that acronym correctly. Then she said she'll consider a non-education major that only provides the university information, but she will not consider a non-education major that has no university information. Make sure your profile is complete. If it doesn't list your education, you may not get booked. Go check, make sure it's there. The second thing she said is work experience. A great choice of a teacher, she said, is a teacher who used to be a teacher and has rich experience in children and youth work. Hello, this is coming up over and over and over. The next thing she said we'll consider is not a teacher, but have experience of working with children. And if you don't list any experience in working with children, she's going to pass by, obviously. This is a job teaching children, so you better have experience teaching children. The last thing that she talked about was your self-introductions, and she didn't rate them like she did the other ones. She just gave suggestions for making a good video. So straight from a parent, here are suggestions for a good video. She said make the introduction video carefully, a bright environment, and get them prepared. So I think she means plan it out. Don't just make it on a whim. Plan out what you're going to do and make it look like it was thought out. Then she said a happy face and appropriate speed of speech is welcome. She said not makeup too heavy. Try not to expose your tattoo. So that's her opinion. There are plenty of teachers with tattoos that don't have problems. And I must say, you must remember to put this advice in context. In China, they actually just, I don't know, this was a month or 2 ago, I saw an article that the government in China released a statement I don't know how official of a statement, if it's a law or whatever, discouraging citizens from listening to pop music or supporting pop stars with tattoos. Remember, this is a culture thing. It's nothing personal. It's not about expression of self like we're thinking of it, okay? But again, there are plenty of parents who don't care, so take that with a grain of salt. She said, the last tip she gave, which was great, if you're single, post a photo of a trip or sport. That's a good choice. If you have a family, post a photo of your family or work scene is welcomed. So if you are a classroom teacher, if you have a picture of you in your classroom, use it. If you are a ski instructor, put a picture of it up there. A piano teacher, a music teacher, put it up there. Put something that shows what you do and that you're good at it, right? You and your environment. Let me go to the next LP. She said, categories. She's talking about feedback. She said, lively, interactive, good pronunciation, correcting pronunciation, patient, gives the child space to express, and have an attractive picture. Again, there's like 50,000 VIPKid teachers, so don't stress about what you look like or how old you are or what your gender is. Anybody can take an appealing picture. Just clean yourself up. You can borrow somebody's DSLR, post on Facebook, ask a friend to borrow their nice camera. Use good lighting. There are tons of videos on this, right? You want the light pointed right at your face. I'm using a lamp right now, but you could go position yourself in front of a window, put it up on a tripod, self-timer, smile nice. That's all you have to do. Then she said the teachers, well, she said lighting should be, headset should be good. She said the teaching age should be added in the introduction, not less than 3 years. She means teaching experience. She said that at least 3 years looks good. She likes casual pictures, and she said when she chooses a teacher, she values most the feeling in the video. The expression and the influence are enough. One more thing about your video. A parent said that they do not like the video to look scripted, that they like it to be natural. They want to see how you will actually behave in a conversational setting. So you'll see a lot of examples, and I used to encourage my referrals to do this, to follow the example that's sent to you. It's, hello, my name is teacher whatever, welcome to VIPKid. I love my elephant, see you in the classroom. The feedback I'm getting is don't do that, because there are tens of thousands of teachers doing that. Show them what you're really like. Have your significant other or friend record you out doing something. Show them a clip of you on vacation. The example I share with everyone comes from one of my referrals who loves chemistry. So for her video, she did the baking soda experiment where she made an explosion, and then she talked about how she loves chemistry and she loves to do experiments like this, and she will try to think outside the box and be creative in the classroom. And then in her bio, she tied it in about how I'm bubbling to see you in class. It was so creative. It totally played to her personality. It will totally stand out, and it was authentic. Create an identifier that they will use to remember you. They're going to remember teacher the chemist. They're going to remember teacher so-and-so who loves Harry Potter because you talked about it in your bio, and then you showed a clip of you at Harry Potter World, and they're going to remember that. What are they going to remember about you? Change your profile today to reflect these changes and to create something memorable about you. And then the lead teachers will remember you, and they're going to recommend you. So to sum it up, here's what I've learned from the parents and the LPs who will book you. First is to have an appealing profile picture. That's the first thing they see. Doesn't need to be all glammed up, not a glamour shot, but not a selfie either. 2, your video. It needs to be unique. It needs to show your personality. Then in your bio, you need to include teaching experience and preferably how many years. It doesn't have to be classroom teaching experience. You can say, I have taught children for however many years. That works. Maybe it's your own children. Maybe it's piano lessons like me. Maybe it's Boy Scouts. Whatever it is, put that in there because it's important. And last And perhaps most important is start asking for feedback if you haven't been. There was a lot of debate about this when the raise requirements were changed and considered parent feedback because a lot of people said it was tacky. However, do you get emails from Amazon saying, review your purchase? Do you hire someone to come do your leaves and they say, leave me a review on Facebook? It's not tacky. It's how people buy products and choose services these days. So what I use in my feedback, I say, I appreciate your 5-apple rating in the teacher feedback. Thank you, Teacher Angela. That's it. I put a plug at the end. So ask for feedback because you need to start building that up to get your bookings. The last point I will make about getting more bookings is to make sure once your profile is optimized that you're available for a parent who likes you. I tell my referrals that at first it's about exposure, which it is, right? I've learned that parent feedback is so important, but you got to get that parent feedback, which means you got to teach classes. So I tell my referrals to try opening up every slot on the weekend that they can. Like every slot from Friday night when it opens till Saturday morning. Everyone. They're not all going to fill at once. But you need to build that regular student base, get some feedback, and then you can refine your schedule to what you want. But open your schedule as wide as possible at first to get exposure to the parents and LPs who like you. In time, as you've taught more classes, got more ratings and reviews, more bookings will come, it will get easier to get booked, and you can refine your schedule to whatever you want and always get booking. If you have any questions or any comments or anything to contribute, please drop it below. Again, these were what I got from VIPKID parents and learning partners. Not necessarily what I've been telling my referrals to do or what I've done myself, but I think it's super valuable information and I hope it will help some newbies or those of you who have been struggling with bookings. Again, drop a comment below, email me, I'm happy to help you out if you're new or if you're still looking to apply. You can apply with my link below. I love helping new teachers get hired. I've become pretty good at refining the advice I give to help you learn the teaching style and help you get hired to the best job in the world. All right, hope this was helpful and as always, happy teaching.